When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, August 4th, and Yinzers Distillers are finally back to training camp. Here we go. It's going to be a great year. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, fellas? Good morning.
Fired up about this new Aaron Rodgers I'm seeing. He got a little flame under him like it's 2010, so I'm excited for Steeler camp.
Little chip on the shoulder. We got Fat Mike as coach now. He's as Yinzer as they come. We'll see how.
You allowed to say that? You allowed to say that about my man?
Yeah. I worry about when it gets cold. He looks cold. He's got that giant play sheet in front of his face, and he doesn't know what to do, whether call timeout or do what. I'm worried for that. But for now, I'm very, very, very excited.
Hey, we'll figure it out. It can't be any worse than what we have watched since COVID started.
That's true. Anth, you excited?
I'm ready, baby.
All right.
I'm ready.
I mean, that looks like a prime tailgating spot right behind you there. So,
yeah, man. That's, the grill area. That's where I throw it down, smoking ribs and, all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll see that content. Maybe we'll see that content on YouTube someday.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, anyhow, guys, this market is a little crazy right now. It's a little crazy. We got a lot of moving parts, and it seems like now in the financing world, no one really likes to show high interest rates. So we see a lot of creativity out there, Tom. And creativity means confusion. Confusion means worry, and we don't want any worry at the closing table, but I'm getting worried.
Yeah, 100%. I actually was doing a second look on Sunday, and I saw one without taxes at all on it. Their estimate, was charging down. They were 6.25. The agent asked, hey, can you beat a 6.25? I was like, probably not, where rates are right now. I didn't think I could. So I was like, yeah, let me see that. How many points you think were on that bad boy?
3.
No, it was only 1.5, or like 1.75. But, that adds to the bottom line cost. And when you take away the taxes of $8,000 or it was like $7,800, that's a big difference. And now we're talking apples to apples when you put that back in there. But they are going to be higher when you go to the closing table, and then they'll throw their hands up like it's no big deal.
Anth, the easiest way to think about this, gas prices got higher and more expensive, so interest rates have gotten higher and more expensive. But a way to offset a higher interest rate is to charge a cost, and that is the point that buyers are missing. They're getting charged costs. They're getting locked in the ARMs, which are adjustable rates instead of fixed rates. And the lender is confusing buyers, and the agent is back there. Oh, yeah, you got that low rate. Yeah. Guess what, Anth? I priced out yesterday. We could give 4.875 yesterday. All right. That would have cost the buyer $17,000. I don't even think I could do that because that would be over the cost. But no one's going to pay $17,000, but no one asks that extra number until you get the closing and you see the final cost to close. We need the realtor's help right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of amazing. We pride ourselves on doing second looks, and it's kind of amazing how many clients that I know I talk to and you guys talk to that don't even know they're paying points. So yeah, they might have a 6.25% rate on their estimate, but nobody's looking at the actual middle section where the costs are, and they don't know they're paying points. So transparency is huge, which is why it's very important to get an estimate. But lenders are, yes, they're going to start selling ARMs like they're the best thing since sliced bread. Like God brought it down himself and said, here's a great program for you. And that's not, yes, for a certain situation, if you're going to live in the house a couple years, but if you're somebody that's buying a home that is going to live in there for 10, 15, 20 years, and you got a 5 or a 7-1 ARM, might not be the best program for you because you think you're saving now. you're giving all that money back as soon as you refinance in 6.5 years to get a locked-in rate. So, I mean, it might not be the best option, but that's why options are important. A lot of lenders aren't giving options. We do. So,
and on the flip side, there are good mortgage programs out there currently in the market that we need your help with as well on the real estate side, just because they take a longer time to close. It's not always about just buying down the interest rate. We have state programs through PHFA that are unbelievable programs that we can get buyers in better financing situations, but they're taking 60 days to close. So then we get pushed back on the real estate side that now the buyer can't put in the offer because we can never get a 60-day close accepted. And now the buyer has to go to a backup plan in their secondary finance option. Yes, they're getting to the closing table, but was that the best financing for them? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Is a 15 extra day closing time or a 30 extra day closing time that big of a deal? In my eyes, we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're not on $1 million listing. We're not doing a 15-day close, all cash, no escrow. That is not the world we're living in. And for the average American, the Yinzer, the Pittsburgher out there that we're trying to get long-term wealth and put them in the best financing shape, to say that 15 extra days on a closing is impossible is silly to me. So we do all have to work together, Tom, and we have to get our buyers in the best situation, because it's not all about just getting them to the closing table. The closing table should be the bar, right? It should be expected we're getting them to the closing table. Let's brag about what else we're doing. What are we saving the buyer? Did we get them seller assistance? Did we get them that better program? What else did we do for our buyers?
Exactly, because those things are very important to them, and that is what the buyer remembers. What then is ultimately what the buyer is going to refer you to another buyer for, is because you did something extra. You don't want to rush a 30-day close. I've been saying this for a couple of years now. You rush a 30-day close, every single buyer I talk to is miserable. They're like, this process is insane. Why is it going so fast? And I'm like, oh, because they had a 30-day closing on it. Yes, some of them do need a 30-day closing if you had 37 offers. But don't write a 30-day closing if you're the only offer going in. I see it all too often. And, you know, no one likes a 30-day closing. Maybe the seller that needs to sell to buy a new one. But typically the seller's annoyed. The buyer's always annoyed. And then agent, title company, mortgage guy, everybody's scrambling around week 3 trying to finish it up because it takes longer than that time frame.
I mean, Tom is exactly right. Anth, look at a calendar. Look when you do a 30-day close and how many business days there are. That's why you have title companies running around the day before closing. You have tax certs coming in at the last minute. You have underwriting conditions getting brought in. You have appraisals coming in a week before closing. But then we'll hear, well, why aren't we clear to close yet? And it's just because there are things that have to get done in processes and reports that must get completed for financing and title that you can't just snap your fingers and complete, especially in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a 30-day close, just assume after you take out the weekends, you know, even though we work weekends, doesn't mean the title company works weekends. Tax offices are closed. Title companies don't work. Appraisals don't work. I mean, come on. But you take out 10 days essentially for weekends. You know, you're leaving yourself roughly 20 days from start to finish to get all of that back, do all the verifications, you know, and depending on the tax office, you know, it takes them a little longer. If there's an occupancy permit or a dye test is required, that's a holdup. So we do the best we can. We certainly, you know, rush the best we can, but you guys know as well as I do, once everything's rushed, there's a good open chance for, you know, a misstep or an issue to come up that is going to delay that process, or, you know, the buyer may not be happy in that instance because they missed something. They want to know what they're doing. They want to know the process and ease their way into it. They don't want to feel rushed. So
I mean, that's what it's all about. It's not that we can't get it closed. We want the buyer to enjoy their experience, not to be pushed through the entire process and not really understand exactly what's going on. And there are some buyers that they need some days to digest this and breathe, not get everything done so quick. So that's why we're saying it is more important than ever to get that team, that loan officer, real estate agent, buyer team before your offer, to make sure we're all on the same page, get a timeline down, see what financing is best, and go from there, because it's not a 30-day conventional only market. The market is wide open, and we need everyone to understand that so we can get as many Pittsburghers into homes in 2026.
Yeah, we need them to be able to watch this Aaron Rodgers squad out there on their TV. So I am fired up after watching Aaron Rodgers, and I think he's going to be MVP again here at 42.
There you go. Heard it there. It sounds like if you're looking to get Tom a gift this year, that number 8 jersey might be the one to get him. So
I could get you a loan or two if you get me that. So.
All right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your week. Tom, enjoy those palm trees, and we will see you guys Friday.
Later, boys.
See you guys.
Tom, Ryan, and Anthony. Oh,